Okay. So come to the next topic, the distribution of earthquakes and the volcanoes. Yes, there is also given a map. It's a world map where the distribution of the earthquake and the volcanoes are also given. You can see there is a index is also there. Uh, in this index, we have a four kinds of classification. In first, we can see the deep earthquake zones. That means the white zones which is covered up. It's called the deep earthquake zones. The velocity of the measurements of the earthquake is more. Shallow earthquake centers, that means the point out zones. These are the places, points, these black points, these are known as the shallow earthquake centers. Third is a volcanic eruption. It's a deep black point, and the hotspot is another. These places, Hawaii Islands, these are the hotspots. Okay, so these four places we can have these four indexes in this box. Inside the box we can have the distribution of earthquakes and the volcanoes. The distribution of earthquakes and the volcanoes, it's observed globally, and that's why we are using the world map with specific patterns identified in key areas. A line of dots representing the seismic and the volcanic activity. Seismic means it's related to earthquake, and volcanic activity, it's noted along the mid-oceanic ridges in Atlantic Ocean, extending into the Indian Ocean and the branching towards East Africa from the Myanmar to the New Guinea. These two places are coming apart from each other, and the Indian Ocean and the mid-oceanic ridges in the Atlantic, it extends into the Indian Ocean and branches towards the East Africa and the Myanmar to New Guinea. Another significant area of this activity is the alpine Himalayan system. That's why we can see the most of the volcanic prone area or volcanic activities we can have in the alpine Himalayan system and in the Pacific Ocean's edge. Earthquakes along the mid-oceanic ridges are generally shallow, while those along the alpine Himalayan and the Pacific edges are deeper. Additionally, the Pacific stoppage, it's known as the Ring of Fire, RING, Ring of Fire, and it's marked by the active volcanoes and highlighting a major volcanic belt. This is a place which is fully covered up by the volcanic regions, and this places, that's why it's called the Pacific Ring of Fire. Why it's Pacific? Because it's related to the Pacific Ocean. What is the example? The Pacific Ring of Fire, it exemplifies the distribution, yes, and their characteristics and high concentration of the earthquakes and active volcanoes, which indicates the intense seismic and volcanic activity along the Pacific Ocean's edge. What is the short pointers? The first one is written mid-oceanic ridges, whichever we have learned already from the different paragraphs, that line of activity with shallow earthquakes and the volcanoes. Alpine Himalayan system is the high seismic activity zone, or the deeper earthquakes we can have in these places only. Pacific Ocean edge, it's known as the Ring of Fire with deep earthquakes and the active volcano area. Volcanoes have different classifications: active, dormant and inactive. So active volcanoes, that means in previous eras and the present and in the future we can have these kinds of volcano in every time, because these are active. Anytime it can erupt. And Pacific Ring of Fire, it demonstrates the pattern of the seismic and volcanic activity which along the oceanic and continental boundaries.